today's video. In today's video, we'll look at a scenario in which Lithuania forms an empire. And they believe they're the strongest Baltic country. So they decide to invade the rest of the Baltics. Yes, they do. You see it? Lithuania's like, I'm gonna seize this. Latvia, when they made their empire, wasn't like this. It's like this. It's what Lithuania's like. But instead of letting the Lithuanians push forwards, the Lithuanians get pushed back a bit. But this pushback wasn't really yielding much, because they just go around. Somehow they broke through there. And they do this, cutting off the two nations. But the cutoff kind of maybe failed as this happened, but they don't get fully captured, which is important. Because they start pushing back here and over here as these troops start breaking back and connecting back. This is a successful offensive by Lithuania. Yes, Lithuania did it again. Lithuania is literally unstoppable. That's not even a joke, because Lithuania just destroyed two nations at once. Can you believe that? Honestly. With them going after Belarusia. Why Belarusia? Why am I calling Belarus Belarusia? Because I felt like it, even though it's Belarus. Belarusia sounds funny. Belarusia, White Russia, yeah. Well, they move into the north with Belarusia, no, not Belarus, let's go back to Belarus, pushes them back. No, they were about to take the capital of Belarus. And now they make an offensive in the north. I don't know why they did it like that, because it's not like it's where the capital is. And they do this. But Belarus isn't having any of it. And they basically kick them back across the front. To like that. And Belarus made one mistake. They left the door to Minsk right open as the Lithuanians take it. Connect up with this northern bit of the front. And the Belarusians, well, they surrender. Why? Because they can't fight Poland. And one problem. Good thing they still have troops in the Belarusian front. Because guess what? Oops. Yeah, this was an accident. They didn't mean to do that. But guess what? Ukraine wasn't ready. Yeah, they joined too soon. They just joined instantly once Poland was at war. Well, Lithuania decides to start a minor offensive in the Ukraine. It's being started by Poland. And well, not that big. And it goes like this. And Ukraine pushes back. But not quite as much as they needed to. And while Poland trying to hold its front, it's not really sending enough troops down to Ukraine, as Ukraine lost the city of Lviv. And they move in and take Sumy. With Ukraine surprised at how well this offensive went, and once it hits the coast near Mariupol, Ukraine surrendered completely. Except Ukrainian forces in the west declared the Ukrainian state, which is, as it stands, a militaristic dictatorship, which is occupied by Poland, with them managing to take the city of Lviv. It's basically militarism, is all it is. Because it's just a few military men running a country. Well, Poland has a massive crumble in its forces, and it loses Warsaw. With Poland surrendering along with Ukraine. Let's see what Lithuania does to these countries. For a bunch of turmoil. Yes, Russia suddenly falls into a coup. Finds itself being couped, as its government is couped for not acting as Lithuania was invading Ukraine to swiftly take some lands. The government was criticized, and so they pushed back with an offensive in Kaliningrad, with them starting three fronts. One to go to Volgograd, one headed to Moscow, and one headed to St. Petersburg. The one headed to Moscow quickly picks up force. The one heading to St. Petersburg quickly encircles and takes the city as the Moscow front still moves, along with the slowness of the front towards Volgograd due to terrain. And Russia launches a counteroffensive, which manages to push them back from Moscow and manages to take back St. Petersburg, encircle and seize some forces. But now they decide to move down here and move over there and here and quickly retake the city of St. Petersburg and quickly reset their offensive to Moscow, and they quickly encircle Moscow. And once they encircled Moscow, they seized the city. And this Russian intern government, after the coup, decides to surrender. Let's see the peace treaty. Conquering big chunks of Russia, forming the Lithuanian Empire. Bigger than the last Lithuanian Empire, I think. Maybe smaller, but I think it's bigger. And that's pretty much all for today's video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mamper out, and I know you subscribe. And how amazing the Lithuanian Empire is. Well, the Canadian Empire would be better. And that's very biased to the statement. But probably the best empire ever in terms of land was probably the Mongol Empire. Even though Britain had more land, Mongolia had not as great technology. So that's the 1200s. Yeah, they could have all got the bubonic plague and perished, but they didn't. So that's how their empire was formed, I guess. And that's all for today's video, Wild Mamper.